Hey, this is Bo from Open Source Skateboards, and for this trick tip, we're going to learn two styles of basic rail-to-rail flips. A rail-to-rail flip is when you are in a rail stand and you flip your board and land in a rail stand again. The first way I learned is a half rail-to-rail flip, starting in a toe-side rail stand. Basically, your board just does a half roll, typically on the ground, into a rail stand. Having a freestyle board with a more tapered nose and tail helps smooth out the roll. Also, a square nose or tail makes this very difficult since squares don't roll very well. Get into a toe-side rail stand and slide one foot a little outwards past the truck. I like to use my rear foot. Now, I found this trick easiest to do by relying primarily on that one foot for the roll. Since it's past the truck, you can get a little more leverage for pushing the board downward a little bit and lifting the other end up. So you do a little push with that back foot that goes forward and down while simultaneously doing a little jump. Of course, stay low during this trick for stability. You'll need to try it a few times to figure out just the right amount of push and which direction exactly, as this will vary depending on the shape and setup of your board. You'll find there's an amount of force and direction that's perfect for rolling the board how you need it to roll. It will basically automatically stop once it rolls around halfway. Too much force or too far forward and your board rolls too much. Too little force or too much downward force and it doesn't roll enough. This will definitely take some practice. The second basic rail-to-rail flip has the board do a full rotation starting from a heel-side rail stand. When you're in a heel-side rail stand, move your back foot closer to the tail and angle both feet slightly forward. Since I'm regular, this means slightly to my left. Just a quick note here, when I was learning this trick, I found it easier when my feet were angled more forward than how I do it now. Just a reminder to experiment with foot positioning to find out what works best for you. Now, do a little jump backwards while using your back foot to flip the board. I push a little bit down and out when I flick. Play around with how you flick it. This varies depending on your board setup. Land back in a rail stand, crouching to stabilize yourself and maintain balance. Keep practicing, trying different foot positions and changing up how you flick it. These two basic types of rail-to-rail flips are a great foundation for learning more advanced rail-to-rail flips, which I'll cover in another video. Have fun, keep practicing, and keep experimenting.